It's Tuesday evening. It's Weather for Weather Geeks time here on YouTube and on social media. Hey everyone, it's 21 News Chief Meteorologist Eric Wilhelm here, and another pretty nice afternoon today. Kind of a transitional day coming our way Wednesday before a couple of frosty mornings, potentially frosty mornings anyway, for Thursday morning and Friday morning. First, just a reminder, in case you haven't stumbled across some of this content yet, meteorologist Gavin Sandell, he does our weekend evening newscasts, the weather on 21 News at 6 and 11 on Saturday and Sunday evenings. Well, Monday through Wednesday, he's our digital meteorologist, and he's been producing some really good content, some really interesting content on a different topic each day, Monday through Wednesday. And you can find all of these videos and blogs on WFMJ.com/weather. If you go to the weather tab up here, a menu will come down and you can just select Weather 101. That's kind of the branding for these videos and blogs. And Gavin's doing a great job of finding some really interesting things to talk about. And if you're watching this video, Weather for Weather Geeks, this stuff will be kind of right up your alley because it's kind of sciencey and kind of geeky. And again, if you like kind of in-depth weather content, head over to WFMJ.com and find that Weather 101 content there. Also on our station YouTube channel, 21 WFMJ on YouTube. A lot of those videos are also posted there. I have my own channel on YouTube, of course. A lot of you are watching this video on my YouTube channel right now. 21 WFMJ also has a YouTube channel. In the meantime, on this Tuesday evening, we have a clear sky overhead. We had some pesky clouds for a time today. It was a little bit cloudier than I bargained for parts of the day today. And there may be a little bit of cloudiness that tries to rotate down through for a time this evening, but no big deal. It is going to be a dry evening, and a large part of the overnight will be dry as well. Now, we do have a cold front on the weather map, and it's pretty easy to spot this evening. It's 74 in Indianapolis and 49 in Minneapolis. So the cold front's right here. It's going to be coming east, and it's going to be pretty moisture-starved, but it's going to bring maybe a shower or a sprinkle tomorrow morning, and then quite an air mass change for a couple of days anyway. So we've kind of left our forecast alone for Wednesday. It's not a high chance for rain, but some of us might have to flip on the intermittent wipers once or twice tomorrow morning, right around sunrise, maybe up through 8 or 9 a.m. But a lot of us won't see a drop of rain tomorrow morning. This cold front will come through with little fanfare, but you'll notice the change, especially late in the day. Now, we've been near 70 over the last couple of days. We'll be in the mid-60s for highs on Wednesday, so not a bad afternoon. The sky will brighten up. It just won't be quite as warm as the last couple of days. You'll notice the air mass change, though, overnight. We'll wake up Thursday morning with a clear sky overhead, and I wouldn't be surprised if we had some patches of frost out there Thursday morning. I think Friday morning could be even colder. Thursday afternoon, bright and sunny. We are expecting temperatures snappy cool up around 60 degrees on Thursday. Friday morning could be a little bit colder, depending on if any clouds drift overhead. This model actually brings in some cloudiness early Friday. If this model were to be correct, and I think it's a little too aggressive with the clouds, a little too far south with this rain along the warm front, but if this were to be the right idea, it may inhibit a lot of frost formation. It may not get cold enough for a lot of frost Friday morning, because as you know, if you're watching this video, chances are you're scientifically inclined enough to know that clouds can act as kind of a blanket sometimes, trapping some of that heat from the day still in the lower levels of the atmosphere. In other words, it doesn't get as cold when some clouds are drifting overhead, as opposed to when we have a crystal clear sky and all that radiation and heat from the day gets radiated back out into space overnight. In the meantime, as we head towards the weekend, another big change coming our way after a warm Saturday with highs in the mid-70s. Cold front will roll through on Sunday. Now, on Saturday, we'll be dry here locally. It'll be a nice day overall, very summery with those temperatures almost 15 degrees above the average. But SPC, the Storm Prediction Center, continues to highlight an area they're watching for severe weather Saturday into Saturday night, lower Ohio Valley, mid-Mississippi Valley, so think places like St. Louis and Memphis. Now, I don't think this threat will translate, for the most part, to the east. Now, I can't rule out a rumble of thunder on Sunday, but I think this will be an unfavorable time of the day when this cold front rolls through on Sunday. That's the way it looks right now. And Sunday may be a day where temperatures actually fall because of that early morning timing of the cold front. We might see a high in the 60s around mid-morning, but may spend the afternoon in the 50s, which will be kind of a slap in the face considering mid-70s are in the forecast for Sunday. So at the very least, we're going to get wet on Sunday. Again, outside chance of thunder, but just some chilly showers, I think, for at least the morning and midday on Sunday. And depending on the speed of the entire low-pressure complex that will be moving through the lower Great Lakes and Ohio Valley, some showers might linger into parts of Sunday night, and maybe a stray shower still out there for Monday morning as well. All right, so I've been talking about this on occasion. We'll be talking about it more and more as we get closer to early November. My annual winter forecast, now less than a month away. We're going to do it on November the 11th with a short to the point version on our newscasts, and we'll post that version online as well, but a longer, more detailed, geeky, if you will, version, much in the same vein as the video you're watching right now. We'll post that online that same evening, probably about 7:15, 7:30. I think this is a Tuesday, November the 11th. My annual winter forecast, over the last few years, the accuracy has not been quite to my standards. I hold myself to a pretty high standard. These seasonal forecasts are tricky, of course, but we've had a few, kind of flies in the ointment over the last couple of winters that have caused the forecast to not be quite as good as I would like. Here was our forecast that we put out in early December. We did our original forecast in early November. We updated in early December and actually made the forecast a little bit colder nationwide. That was the right idea. We just weren't aggressive enough because that was the forecast in early December, and here's the result temperature-wise last winter. All the blues, of course, are below average temperatures. We had the general, outline of things okay with the warmer than average temperatures in the Intermountain West and across the southern tier of states, but we weren't quite aggressive enough with the cold coming as far to the south and east as it ended up being. Locally in eastern Ohio, western Pennsylvania, it was our coldest winter in 10 years last winter. It wasn't, record cold. It wasn't a winter that we're going to be telling our grandkids about someday. But it was after a string of pretty warm winters, of course. It was definitely a little bit of a return to form temperature-wise. Now, snow was still below the average last winter, but temperature-wise, it was our coldest winter in about 10 years. So will this winter follow suit? Will we see a similar pattern for the second straight year? Or will this winter bring a different flavor? Stay tuned. We'll be hinting at the forecast as we get a little bit closer to early November here on Weather for Weather Geeks. And again, my forecast will make its debut on November the 11th. In the meantime, thanks for watching this video on this Tuesday evening. Have a great night, and I'll see you back here on Wednesday.